Hello, everyone. We're about to start this X space. I need to get used to that. I always want to say still Twitter space, but we need to get used to X space to expose a lot. Post, I love that. Anyway, so I added Milan as a speaker too, and Tudor, you are the co-host, and I'm hoping that you're not going to make it too difficult for me today. How are you, Tudor?
Hey there, Patrick. It's great to be here with you. It's always with Earthlings and Milan. Great to be here. Don't worry, I'm always very gentle with you.
Well, we have different opinions there. No, I know it's always fun to have you here, Tudor. Thank you so much for joining us this space where we talk about the mint, but also just about a lot about gaming as well, because it's game on Adera, isn't it? So, Milan, great that you could join as well. Nice to have you here to back me up when Tudor asks me some
Yeah, thank you,
difficult
Patrick.
questions.
I have actually just put on the kettle to make me myself some tea. That sounds very British, but I'm not. But I kind of need it. I'm in the Andes Mountains in Chile, and I need some warmth because it's still very cold here. It's becoming spring, but still it's not yet spring, and I don't see any flowers yet. Anyway, happy to join for my magnificent view. That's my working place for this week.
Yeah, we might envy you a little bit for that. It's amazing that you're all the way there. There are some very good things about technology, being able to do this with you guys all over the world. So you want to
Are you
say
still there,
something?
or is it just me that I don't hear anybody?
Oh dear. So can people do thumbs up when they can hear me, please? Who hears me? I do hear Milan. Oh dear, is rugging
Yeah, no,
already.
sorry, no, sorry. That
I
wasn't my
do I
problem.
do hear you, but I cannot hear Milan.
Okay.
Not sure if
Can you hear me?
everybody else has the same.
Can you hear me now?
Tudor, can you hear Milan speaking now? Up
One, two,
can I
three.
see? Okay, well,
One, two,
this,
three.
so okay, others can. So Tudor, you will need to. You are missing out on the wisdom of Milan. Sorry for that, but we have to go with what we have here because I was in a space yesterday. You're dropping off as co-host. Let's see what happens then. And I'm going to invite you over again. I was in a space yesterday with Brandon as well, and they had all these problems the whole week as well. And sometimes dropping off and on will fix that. So sorry for everyone who is not hearing it all the time, but we are recording, so you can listen back to it because we're discussing not only what is Earthlings, why is it worth holding a plot, because we're going to deep dive that as well, but also why is gaming so important and how does this mint work, because some people still think it's quite a difficult mint and it's actually not too difficult. I'm getting requests. Let me do that 1 second. So hashtag, that's great, you're joining as well, and we are having a HeadStarter, and I'm gonna just ask it's probably Mark from hashtag, right Mark?
Hello, how's it
I'm
going?
guessing.
Good morning, good afternoon.
Yeah, great. I'm I'm gonna make you a co-host because maybe you have a better connection, and yeah, Tudor agrees on that. But Tudor is gonna ask me most questions, so let's see if I can first make you co-host, and then we can start. 1 second. Okay, send invite. So let's see if that works and if you can still hear us all. But Tudor is on the lead today, Mark. But if you have some questions, of course, feel free to join the conversation. Very nice of you to drop in. So I'm going to start with one simple announcement, because we're seeing that a lot of people are still trying to get whitelist. Well, we still have some left. And our marketing team said, well, Patrick, you can give away 1 deed and 5 whitelists still, but let's do it in a fun way. So all you have to do is write down a comment why you deserve a whitelist. And then during the space, or maybe just a little bit after, we will drop it to you as soon as possible, so that you don't have to finger trigger in the next 24 hours. Well, it's not going to take 24 hours, I think, but then you are secured of a whitelist spot there still. So why do you deserve a whitelist spot? or a deed. A deed is a free land, guys. So make it a fun, nice answer, and our team will DM you. So have your DMs open, and who knows, you will get one. So let's get to the back to the topic. Someone was walking in. Sorry, my concentration was a bit gone here. So, Tudor, I think you have prepared some questions for me, and let's do a deep dive in those. What do you want to start off with?
Yeah, Patrick. Again, thanks for making the spaces happen. I feel like over the past almost 24 hours since the land plot mint has been opened for round one, I think there's been quite a lot of excitement around the project, the mint, and I wanted to quickly just ask you in terms of timelines. Right now, which are, so right now we're in the first round, and which are the what is the next step? We had the Allowlist round run, and now we're going to public. What's some details there?
Yeah, it's less than an hour actually, I believe, before we go to public. So if you still want to mint a whitelist, then write down your answers while you deserve them, or the deed, so that you can still use them, because the marketing team will be quick there. And so this in about 52 minutes, the public mint will start for for round one actually, and then next week we'll go to round two, and I'll explain even more about that later. Why not do it now actually? So because we had a lot of people saying, yeah, it's actually quite difficult, but actually it's not that difficult. It's actually as simple as we have 3 rounds. So every round, if you in every round you mint, you can mint a land plot. That's obviously. If you mint round 1 and 2, you get a whitelist spot for round 3. So that's not too difficult as well. If you then also mint round 3, then you get a whitelist spot for the city mint, going probably early next year. Not decided yet, but you will be secured one of the 1,000 city plots. And every plot of land that you mint will give you a random animal airdrop. So can be, but watch it, can be a farm animal or a sidekick animal. So there's the fun in it. People are chasing these sidekicks and animal, as they are very limited, of course, and it's going to be a one-time drop again, so only for the early community again. So that's actually the simplest way to say it. 3 mint rounds, and mint 1 and 2, and you get a whitelist for round 3. If you mint all 3, you get a whitelist for the upcoming city plots, and every plot that you mint is legible for a farm or a sidekick animal randomly. So you don't know what you get. That's going to be exciting.
That's great, Patrick. And I also know that the whitelist NFTs and the deeds that have been distributed for this particular round 1 have been almost consumed to the fully. So in round 1, the whitelists and deeds were distributed so that the public that didn't have access to whitelist or different partner campaigns, so that they can participate in the round that opens in 50 minutes to now. But you rightfully said that we should probably get an intro from Earthlings. So could you tell us, for Earthlings, the bigger on the larger scheme of things, what is it that you are achieving? What exactly you have been building? What's the next steps? And why would somebody want to hold a plot of land in Earthlings?
Yeah, that's actually a good question to begin with, of course. And let me just, I did this, I answered these questions a lot of times when we just started this project, actually. So it's a nice warm-up again. Let me close the window because someone is making a lot of noise outside. Sorry for that. No, well, okay, doesn't help too much. But anyway, so yeah, it's still in real life here on this side of the phone. So when we started this project, only a little over a year from now, last year April, I started writing down the first sentences. We actually saw the need for more serious gaming and metaverse projects. It was that I saw how people were buying overhyped projects based only on speculations. Some projects had nothing to show for actually, and they sold for millions. And I saw many of them on Cardano and Solana. So that they were just growing on the hype of these chains, and we didn't really like to see that. And yes, I admit I fell sometimes for these projects too that are now actually not even existing anymore. So, but lessons learned. So there we saw that there was an opportunity to do this better. So we started Earthlings, and not with the way people see the crypto industry, like it's a crypto company and everything that comes with it. No, we like to have another type of mentality, the in real life business mentality. Because Jorgo, me, and Marcel, we all had, we were all business owners, and that's the approach that every company should take, I think. So soon enough, we saw that if you start a metaverse project, then you need to make sure that there are people in it, of course. So look at, for instance, Decentraland. If you go into it now, then you see a lot of empty billboards, and well, the design is a bit lacking there as well. So how can they change that? Well, if they add real fun gaming and design, of course, as well, then it's the gamers that will come and will fill up the place. The thing is, the gaming industry, they don't care about bull markets or bear markets. It's amazing the growth they have every year. So if you really want to bring in people, you need to excel in gaming. And as we already see that the gaming industry is also shifting towards blockchain, with bigger companies now adopting blockchain and integrating it as well, we think it's a matter of time that all these bigger gaming companies are also integrating this technology. So it's good to be one of the first movers, but not the very first, as we draw a lesson from all the existing projects there already. So our focus mainly is on quality, design, and gameplay. And the biggest compliment I got this year, that really made my day, is my nephews who compared our style a bit like Overwatch. So that I loved hearing that. Of course, they were amazed with what their dad and uncle were building. So man, that was a big compliment. I loved it. So, but imagine then. So of course, I'm not saying we're the next Overwatch, but imagine if you are a gamer and you can own a piece of land in Overwatch. Man, gamers would go wild. Why? Not because it's just fun to play, but also because it looks amazing. And we think we are designers, Marcel and me, and Jorgo's programmer, but we look at design blockchain it's such a big part of a metaverse. If your first introduction into a new project is what you see is a blocky, lagging environment with advertising space, or you see this amazing fantasy world, AAA quality design, where are you going to stay to walk around? You don't even need to be a game lover. If you like the metaverse concept, well, then you go there. So what we're doing goes way beyond metaverse alone, and that's actually what we're trying to achieve. And I think we have shown with our first many trailers what we are capable of already of building, and of course we will continue to do so. My fault, my bad. Sometimes things take a little longer than expected. But that's because I'm not easy to please, and my team, I tell them to do things over sometimes, because every time we bring out a new trailer or gameplay, because that's next as well, of course, it needs to at least look as the same quality as we already did. It can't underperform the previous, of course. So last thing, and I'll try to keep it short, but it's hard for me to do. So we're also focusing more and more, of course, on mini games that we want to bring out on Steam and Epic Games. Game lovers will know those stores, and those actually will tie in with the bigger game. You can imagine if you play these mini games and you can earn the Steam or the water token, which is pegged to the dollar, and that's something that gamers know, and that's what we need to focus on. We need to focus on bringing in gamers first, of course, and then softly introduce them into the Web3 aspect of it. And that's the way that we like to do it. So all in all, we're building a great-looking gaming metaverse, but gaming is always first. I hope that was not too long, Tudor.
No, I think it was great, but also I wanted to pull your tongue a bit on the. You mentioned other competitors in the metaverse gaming space, and I know that you also mentioned Gaia Games at some point. Are you planning to take a page out of their book as well?
Yeah, Gala Games. They are a bit in the news, by the way, nowadays. So I hope because there's a lawsuit going there, but they are still one of my favorite projects, by the way. Yes, I think we spoke about this sometimes as well. Because yeah, we are trying to make a set of games. And not only focus on EarthlingsLand, the main game, of course, but because we're building a long-term project. And so what we did is we started these mini games initially to get more engagement sooner with the community. But while building these mini games and while testing them out, and I was playing them, I'm like, man, we need to even make these more fun because yeah, now it's fun for engagement, but eventually in the long term, people will look at these games and judge you maybe on that as well. So what we did now, we're almost ready with the beta version of the Steam Runner. We've already been, the team is already playing it for fun on PC only for now, but it will it will be ready for Mac and mobile as well. But we saw that that actually this was a great opportunity to build more mini games to get more engagement, but also like what you said, Gala Games, get a whole set of games. Because if you do that, you can, well, if you put them on Epic Games, for instance, but they need to be of good quality, then of course, you can already draw in gamers, you get more attention, you get more value for the NFTs that are already out there. Because what we will do then is get the NFTs that you own now, you can already use them in these mini games as well. So they won't be just sitting there in your wallet, but they already have in-game function now. You don't have to wait for us to build the whole big thing. So I hope that is what you meant to ask.
You did. I appreciate the answer, and the second part of the question, I still think that you need to emphasize upon, which is why would one want to hold a plot of land inside Earthlings?
Yeah, good question. And because it's more than just metaverse, as I said, where you a lot of these metaverse projects, they say, yeah, buy a piece of land, start your own business, engage with other people. Well, engaging with other people is what gamers already do. Of course, they invented actually the metaverse, but it's more than that. We're not selling just a metaverse experience. We're selling a gaming experience actually as well. And in EarthlingsLand, you can own towns, villages, cabins. Well, the land plots that we are selling now, which are a low entry to the gameplay, as we had a lot of people say. Excuse me for that. We had a lot of people saying that it was too expensive now to get into Earthlings. Well, with this opportunity, people can have a lower entry into our game, so that's great, of course. But also the city plots, and who knows what more, of course, that will come. But most people, maybe who are now in this space, already know the advantages of being a town or village owner, where you can have, where you, for instance, in a town, you are the mayor and have 18 land plots as your citizens there, and they all do something for you. But you have to read the white paper for that, because it's going to be too long to explain all that. But villages might be easier to explain to start with. For instance, they have 12 plots and farming land in there. So if you have a land plot, you can make use of this farming land. And what if you have cows there? Well, make beef jerky, for instance, and make it for the gamers and sell it in a marketplace in a town. So we've got all schematics written out for that already, but need to fine tune and build upon it. So I'm not going to put it just out yet. But there's a whole economy that you can take part of if you own that land. So we envision it a bit two ways. You've got the people, the landowners. Those are the people who are already participating now and help us build this amazing game. But then later on, we need to attract these gamers. And why not make something that is valuable for the gamers because it looks amazing. They have great gameplay, but also helps the landowners, because if you have a plot of land, you can also have a gamer's plot. I like to call them dugout as well. And on this gamer's plot, you can, for instance, tell your nephew, come and game on my gamer's plot. And if they earn some water or steam, you get a percentage of their gameplay. So it's incentivizing people to ask their nephews or gym buddies to come and play, and it's really an incentive instead of just waiting for Decentraland, what I said, where people just wait for the land to gain in value, for instance, but they're not doing anything for it. Well, we like to have people incentivized to, of course, also draw in new players. But of course, then we need to do our part and give them fun and good-looking gameplay. So the dugout, that's another advantage. You have a bigger inventory. That's a big advantage as well, where you can start with your vehicles and other stuff. You can use items like the banking system in towns or the marketplace. And another fun thing that I like is you can get cats, dogs, chickens on your land. You don't need farmland for that, but there's some fun gameplay with that as well. But that's for later. The map is immense, so I encourage everyone to go on YouTube and I want to say Google, but YouTube your way to this guy who wanted to cross the Fortnite map. And he says he's going from left to right, trying to cross the whole map. It took him so long. Well, our map is way bigger. so if you have a plot all the way on the left of the map and all the way on the right or in another continent, yeah, well, you can cover more land. So there's so much more than just the metaverse experience, this gaming experience. And I think that covers almost all. If I forget something, Milan, then you will probably jump in as well. But
Well, how about jumping between plots or recharge your health?
Yeah, that's a good one. The recharge your health. Yeah, if you go to your plot, then boom, you're recharged. So, and gamers, yeah, we drop gamers in the city, but if they have a gamers plot, they have bases to begin as well. They maybe have to choose between city or gamers plot. Yeah, it's worth having that. So there's many advantages, of course. So I don't know if that answers your question enough, Tudor, or shoot the next question or more.
No, I think it's good, and also if there's anybody else from the audience, if they want to join in and ask Patrick or Milan a question, feel free to do so. In the meantime, could you tell me, please, Patrick, since we started this land plot INO campaign, and we're kind of like in the middle of round one at the moment, how do you feel that it's going, and what's your expectation for the next couple of weeks?
I'll just get one person who CC Dubs, sorry, she's requesting, so I just need to get her up. So okay, I'll answer your question. Yeah. So my expectation, well, I'm of course hoping that everything goes well, but I'm having a good feeling about it. The thing is, it looks like we're following the same pace as previous mints, because well, you always hand out a certain amount of whitelist, and you expect a certain amount not to be used, like every mint. And it looks like it's following the same pace. So yeah, that gives me a bit of positive vibes, of course. But we also make sure that we always have land or NFT items left for public mint, because yeah, not everyone can get their hands on a whitelist and want to try public mint, of course. So that's yeah, that's where we are now. I'm quite positive. I'm seeing that people are chasing the amount of plots they have, because sometimes if they don't have the plot they want, the plot number, I see them selling it, and I thought, yeah, that's a good strategy, because they want another chance on an animal. And One Discord member confirmed that because he was explaining that that was his strategy. So it was fun to see that it was indeed playing out as I thought it was. And I see now CC Debs raising her hand. So can I throw it to CC Debs, Tudor?
You are the host, so
I'm your co-host. Let's do it like that. So CC Debs, what's your question?
Hey, good morning. I heard you just mention the animals actually. And when I was in the Discord yesterday, I do believe that I was hearing them say that the animals will be airdropped to the wallet that minted the land plot. So, like, let's say I minted on PCA and I wanted them in my mobile B, and I transferred that land over to mobile B, right? They're still going to be airdropped to my PCA, correct? Even though the land is in mobile B.
Yeah, I'm gonna have. I know the answer to this. You are correct. Maybe Milan wants to say something about it too, because I'm feeling that
Yeah.
I've got Milan here, but I want to hear him too.
Yeah, thank you for that question. Yeah, no, it's absolutely the minting wallet. So if you mint it with PC A, with device A, with account A, really, because if you have device B and you still have account A, it will have the same effect. But if you have account A on device A and account B on device B, because you transferred the land from device A to device B to account B, then yes, they go to account A. So we take into account the wallets that have we take into account the accounts that have minted on HeadStarter, and they will be dropped the animal. So make sure also to have associated on the HeadStarter page. They made a wonderful practical page for that to associate all tokens at once. Also for Steam Drip, because as Patrick didn't mention that yet, but all lands are also eligible for Steam Drip, if that's right, Patrick? Not that I'm saying anything stupid. Yeah, so that's no issue at all.
Okay, so the people that are buying off of secondary right now need to be aware that they will not be getting that animal airdrop, correct? Because
Yeah,
it's going
that's
to
right.
go to the person that's minting.
Correct. Yeah, and
Okay.
it will be done. It will be done once the public mint is finished, and then we'll drop them. So it's pretty fast after that.
And for
Okay.
everyone, oh sorry, yeah, for everyone who did buy a whitelist and can prove that to us, and that was not working anymore, send us a DM. Then we will compensate that and trade it for another whitelist if you can show that you
Yeah.
indeed bought it.
Yeah, Patrick, what the CC Debs is talking about the land plots in this case. If you're buying a land plot on secondary, then no, it will be, you won't get dropped an animal. That's really
Yeah,
to
yeah,
the minted ones.
yeah. You're right. So sorry for that. I didn't get that, but still, it applies what I said.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, do get in contact if you bought a whitelist on secondary that didn't function. But please, we burn them after the first round. We will burn the whitelist and the deed. So please don't. Please check. HeadStarter, and Tudor maybe can talk a little bit more about HeadStarter. Made a wonderful tool to check whether your serial number has already been used. So do double check if you'd like to buy a whitelist on secondary markets. Go ahead, Tudor.
it's kind of like closing in on the switch over time to the public round. So I know that we're also at the half of the hour in the spaces. So since there's a lot of new people that joined the space, Patrick, I know that you were giving away some last minute whitelists and deeds. Do you want to reiterate that opportunity again, please?
Yeah, good that you're saying, because what we wanted to do is give away still 5 whitelists and one deed, and a deed is a free mint for round one for everyone who tells us why they think they deserve a whitelist. And make it a funny one, guys, because the marketing team likes funny remarks. But tell them why you still need that whitelist. You have half an hour, so we need to drop them soon. So be quick about it and tell them, as you can still then now be assured of another plot. So thank you for that, Tudor. Good to remind me that.
Absolutely, and as you know, Tudor was already mentioning. You know, he asked you, "How are you feeling?" I mean, it's really quite exciting. When we always with Earthlings, you know, I don't know if people realize how much preparation goes into this. I think, you know, what month are we in? September. This has been 6 months, maybe 8 months in preparation, and we try to think of every single thing, right? So, you know, we try to include as many people as possible, you know, to make sure that it's as distributed as possible. You know, that's also why we reserve 400 spots, land plots for the public mint. So, and you know, and we really did a lot of effort to make sure that the whitelist were as distributed as possible to include yeah, many people, and you know, to try to get it you know, to as many hands who would like to be part of the Earthlings family. Yeah, so that's and we, you know, we try really try very hard to think of every single thing, but obviously, you know, always feel free to reach out if you have any suggestions or feedback. You know, we really pride ourselves. I think that we are constantly in touch with you, with the community, and yeah, and that's we make sure that we do everything for that.
Thank you. Well said, Milan. And yeah, we planned this mint in a way that actually you can play it out in many strategies. I actually minted some plots as well, but I'm keeping them all for myself, because I'm waiting for the Steam drip as well. Because if I get Steam drips, it's going to be festive. I can't even do anything with it. So I need to get my Steam as well. But everyone, of course, has its own way of playing it out. So there's some sort of gameplay in the way that we do it here. And I'll give it to CC Debs.
Speaking of gameplay, you know, we have the plots and stuff. There's different ones. I ended up with one in the Arctic in the water. I'm kind of curious. I noticed in the Discord yesterday, people were like really hitting up about those water properties. They were like, yes. I'm kind of wondering what the advantage of a water town plot would be.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'm so jealous of you. I mean, I've minted quite a bunch, and I still don't have one in in the water. I don't know. It feels like one of those other environments. You know, and of course we with the game we developed in such a way that it's all very well balanced. But you know, it sounds really pretty cool to have a plot of land or a town or village. No, I don't even have a town or village uh, in the water, which I really wanted to. But anyway, that's okay. But yeah, I don't know. It sounds really cool. I don't know, Patrick, if you'd like to add something to that.
Yeah, there are no villages in the water, Milan. So only towns, but that's okay. But yeah, we are actually looking into, of course, also how to design them, because I think we can do. I don't know if you know the movie Mortal Engines with these big iron structures. I love that movie. It's a mix of.
Underwater?
Sorry.
Are we gonna have like underwater little town to where we can have a bubble underwater?
You can make your bubble underwater. These have a train station above water, but there will be underwater sceneries as well. Yeah. So because it wouldn't be fair to not have gameplay on the water towns, of course, and you would have them around the map. So yeah, you can dive underwater as well. But it's going to be so much fun redesigning the base on how we're going to place them on the water. And if you have, for everyone here, Mortal Engines, I love that movie. It has vintage and steampunk combined as well, and I love the clothing style as well. It was a big influence on what we're doing, but with these water towns you can go even more wild. So that's going to be a very nice, cool challenge to give them just a little bit more touch of vintage or steampunk. So yeah, they're going to be special as well. But just designing and completing and texturing the whole town scene took us months, and we're now almost finished with the villages and the land plots as well. And then we're going to go back to the water towns. But yeah, that's going to be a very fun challenge. And as I said before, I'm very keen on design. So yeah, we'll see how long that takes. But they're going to look cool, that's for sure. Tudor.
I wanted to ask, as I was just checking again the companion and the farm animals, and I saw no water type. There's no Squirtle or Gyarados or Lapras type companions. So is there something there?
Like a dolphin to get you to the other side of the map quicker or something? I don't know. I was just thinking the same thing. There was no animal for the water.
Well, Tudor, CC Debs, you know that crabs live underwater, don't you? I think wasn't there a crab up there? Let's see. Yeah,
was there?
But it might not float. So yeah, you need to hold your breath. So that's a problem. Now, water animals will come, of course, same as birds. We actually already have a very cool bird design ready. So yeah, more are coming, because animals play a key role in the whole game, of course. And let's be honest, animals are just cool to have as a sidekick. So
wait, you haven't?
There is a crab.
Yes, and there's a very cool scene where one of our developers is kind of testing out the gameplay mechanism, fighting with those crabs, which look really cool. I mean, they're huge. It's amazing, and those are pretty watery types, right? I mean, I guess you can only find them in water.
You definitely need to fight.
No, you can find a crab on land.
I think Celestial has more info on that. Celestial, take the space.
I just have a request. Please, can we get some killer whale orcas in for the water plots? That would be awesome.
A special, like, we get them just because we have the water plots. Like, here, you get a special plot to play with.
Yes.
I'll think about it.
What's your words, Patrick? Everybody's recording this and making sure you follow up on it.
No. I know people screenshot even spaces, so I'm gonna be careful here. Tudor, you take it away, please.
You know what I love about Earthlings is that I feel like it's so community driven, and I do feel like you guys, as you mentioned, you kind of like take constructive feedback all the time, and I think this ties pretty well with the last question that I had prepared for you here, Patrick, because EarthlingsLand is sort of a community project. Is one of the sweethearts of Hedera, and along with some other Hedera home projects, whether they are DeFi or other gaming projects. I do feel like this the past couple of years, since we hit a new stride, especially in the retail-facing applications on Hedera, there's been a few outliers that will continue to hopefully stay blue chips on Hedera. So my question is here, Patrick, why are you performing these serialized minting events, and also you are building in the bear market, which some might find difficult? Just your thoughts on that.
Yeah, excuse me. I'll answer the second part first, and I hope I don't forget the first part. So yeah, I actually read some comments about that too. It was funny to me actually. The thing is, I see it more like this. There are two ways of investing in the Web3 space, actually in real life as well, of course. Well, one way, of course, is joining all the green candles. I spoke about that in the beginning of the space, in a bull market, following all the hypes. I see. Oh, Milan is going away now. Yeah, it's on top of it. No, not on top of the hour, but we need to go back to Discord, to the community, because we are a community project. But I'll answer your question first still. So one way is joining all the chasing the green candles in the bull market. Buying overhyped projects is something that you see a lot. Not doing enough research. Maybe a lot of us, maybe including me, made these mistakes in the past as well. But we learn from them, of course. But a better way to me is actually looking now in a bear market at quality projects that are already daring to build and start in a bear market, because it shows that they are serious. And that's also our approach. We see this as a serious long-term investment for ourselves as well. And the thing is, you can buy these green candles, or you can look at quality projects now. What person will gain the most, you think? No financial advice, by the way. But what I'm saying here is look at quality projects in a bear market and then step in. We have already shown Earthlings. As Earthlings, we've shown that we're building and we're working towards a bull market, which is actually better. We'll be ready to show hopefully even more mini games as well. And alongside with the growth of the Hedera community as well, because the Hedera community, the Hedera on itself is such an amazing not project, a business, or actually I have to say as well. And with what is happening in the Hedera community, I'm convinced that there will be so many eyes on the Hedera ecosystem in the coming 2 years. So we're growing alongside with the Hedera community, with Hedera itself. So what will happen then, if all these with all these quality projects now grinding and building towards the bull market, all the eyes looking at Hedera in 1 or 2 years, I think we're up for something nice when that time comes. Hedera is growing, we are continuously building, like you are too, Tudor, and then the bull run getting closer. So I think you know what I mean to say. And I think you're also leaving now, waving us goodbye, Tudor.
No. I got you. I was just saying
okay.
hi. We're building as well.
Well, I think we're ending. We're nearing the end anyway, because I don't think we planned a whole hour. And I would love to go back to Discord to see what's happening there when the mint starts. Unless you have more questions, of course, for anyone in the audience.
Well, I think it's worthwhile re-emphasizing the outline of this campaign for the Earthlings plot again, right, Patrick? Or do you first want to mention about the giveaway? That's the last call for comments for the giveaway, right?
Yeah, I don't know if they already picked some winners, because they only have 16 minutes left. So, but yeah, if you if they didn't, I didn't get a message yet from them, but that's hard when I'm on my phone. Then tell us why you like, why you deserve a whitelist spot still, or a deed, because we're also still giving 1 deed away and 5 whitelist spots. So be quick to write it down as a comment below the space, and then maybe marketing will contact you. So have your DMs open, and you might still get 1 whitelist for now, the last 60 minutes, or a deed.
So the deed, the reminder is that you need, it means for free, right? And
yes,
in 15 minutes from now on, the public round of round 1 for the Earthlings land plots mint will start. And after that, you have 2 more events, round 2 and round 3, over the next couple of weeks. And what are the details there, please, Patrick?
Well, I'm getting a message now for people to check their wallets, not at the end, but they need to check their wallets, is what they say. So I guess add your wallet address maybe to the message. I'm hoping that I'm getting another message from them to tell me if that's correct. And what was your last question, Tudor?
I just wanted to touch again on the outline for the land plots campaign.
Yeah, so there's a good question again. The simplest way to say it, because indeed I'm getting thumbs up. Yeah, so you don't need to DM; they will just drop it to you. Is what marketing says. So the simplest way to say it: there's 3 rounds. In every round, you can mint a land plot. So regarding to that, that's the same. If you mint, and for every land plot that you minted, doesn't matter if you sell it, we will drop a random animal, and if you are lucky, you get one of these very rare psychic animals to your wallet. So even if you minted 10 plots and you sold 5, you still get 10 of these animals to your wallet that you minted on. You've got round 1, 2, and 3. You mint round 1 and round 2. You also get a whitelist for round 3. Do you have a combination of round 1, 2, and 3? Then you can also get a whitelist, which might be over allocated for the city plots that we will mint probably next year. So it's actually as easy as that. And all land plots, so that is not the wallet, but for the land plots, you will get 6 months of Steam drip after we completed the mint of our Steam token. So you can still hold on to them or after the mint. So that's not per wallet, but per plot. It's still actually a lot of sentences, but it comes down to that. I hope I didn't forget anything, Tudor.
Yeah, I think just quickly, another important mention is that for round 1, you purposefully left a few hundred land plots to be minted by the public, so that it's a low barrier of entrance to new ecosystem participants. Similarly, you're going to have the Allowlist round will not be oversubscribed next week in round 2, but you need to mint in round 1 and round 2 to be eligible to mint in round 3. Is that correct?
That is correct, but it's also all written out on the spec sheets that you can find in our Discord as well, and I think there's also a link on our website. So if you don't have any more questions, I think that's it, because we don't see any hands from the audience. If anyone still has a question, then raise your hands. If not, then Tudor, would you like to say goodbye to everyone?
Yeah, sure. Thanks everybody for joining. It's always great fun to be on the spaces with Patrick here and you guys. It's great to see the great support that you have for some of the leading blue chip projects on Hedera, and I think Earthlings has been consistently been in the forefront of gaming on Hedera all across the last couple of years. And yeah, if you guys have any comments or any recommendations when it comes to HeadStarter, feel free to reach out to us. I do think that we put together some cool features over there on the DApp to associate all the event-related NFT collections, and also the serial verification tool, so that you don't end up buying on the secondary market any whitelist or deed that had been already used with that smart contract of the particular event. Belgian, off to you, sir.
Yeah, hello guys. Just a quick question. For the city plot whitelist, is it capped to 1 whitelist spot per wallet? And when will the snapshot will be taken for the city plot with whitelist? Thanks.
No, it's not capped to 1. If you have a set, and by the way, I forgot to mention that if you buy a set on secondary, because we will list which ones, well, you'll see soon enough where to find that info. If you buy a round 2 land plot on secondary, for instance, and you have one from round 1 as well, and then you mint a third one, you have a set complete. So we will check at a complete set, and if you have 10 complete sets, you should be able to get 10 whitelist spots but it is, of course, first come, first serve there when we do that mint, so that everyone gets a fair chance to get one. But if you of course have 10, then and you can only mint one at a time, then you have a big chance, of course, to get more of these whitelists. I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, that's clear. Thanks. And the snapshot, will it be taken after round 3 then, or how do you guys manage that one?
Tudor, you raised your hand. Maybe you want to answer that.
No. You got the answer. I have something else.
I'm actually reading that from the spec sheet, because I don't remember that in Belgium. So let's see if there is fusion. I don't see the snapshot date on there, and I don't have it from the top of my head. So I'll mention that in Discord to you. So that's we didn't have that on the spec sheet. So sorry for that. But I'll make sure that we announce that ASAP then. Sorry for that. That I need to keep that answer for you for now.
No, that's perfect, man. I like to ask the hard questions, you know me. So have a lot of good luck to all who went public now in round 1 in 8 minutes, because I'm on the road. I have to skip it, sadly, but I have not enough land plots from round 1 at the moment. So good luck to everyone. Yo.
Okay, great, thanks. I'm just getting a message that it is on the spec sheet, but you put me a bit on the spot, so I'm looking for it. So read the spec sheet, should be in there. I'm just getting that message.
Yeah, I will do that as soon as I get home. Perfect. Thanks, man.
Patrick, last question from me. Where will be the headquarters of the HeadStarter DAO again?
The headquarters of the HeadStarter, let's see, didn't we have like a tiny cabin somewhere on the North Pole for you guys? Now you have first choice to go. You know that you can. So I actually told you, you can do that in the main business tower, not the top floor. I want the top floor, Tudor. We need to battle that out, but. Or we will have you set up in a very nice mansion there in the center of the city. So we're still battling that out, but I promised you that I would send you a design first, and then you could have your pick. But yes, you will have your very big office. I promise you that.
Thank you very much for that, Patrick. I guess it's a decision for the DAO as well, because cozying up in a cabin somewhere seems pretty enticing as well.
Yeah, it will be a bit crowded. So let's leave it with that. You in a cabin, or you in a business tower, or you in a big mansion. We'll see it later. And thank you all for joining, and thank you for putting your trust in the Hedera ecosystem with Earthlings, with HeadStarter. So many serious projects now building in the bear market for the long run, and not just for quick gains, but really grinding and building successful projects. Thank you so much for joining the space today. Thank you, Tudors. Thank you, Belgians. Thank you, CC Debs and Celestial. I see you in every space. Up, I see you as well, but I need to scroll more down if I want to see more names. But thank you all for joining, and I wish you a great day, and let's see what animals we get dropped tomorrow. I'm looking most forward to that. Thank you so much, guys.
Take care, everyone.